Welcome back to the studio for coverage of the final sessions of Day 1 here at imaginAviation 2024. A quick update on our mischievous mammal, Orville, has been spotted at various tourist attractions around the Midwest. It is believed that Orville has hopped an eastbound flight out of O'Hare to Washington, D.C., hopefully promising his return to NASA headquarters. Oh, it appears that imaginAviation is back online for the last block of Day 1. Next up, representatives from Go Aero, a multi-million-dollar global aeronautics challenge that inspires people around the globe to change the world through innovative concepts for aerospace applications. Let's get back to our live coverage.
Hello, everyone. We are really excited to have Gwen Leiter, and you will see what I mean when we talk about her and her background and this fireside chat. So, the topic is when to follow your path and when to go off roading. Gwen, welcome. Gwen Leiter is the CEO and founder of Go Aero. She is supported by Boeing, RTX, 20 plus organizational partners, and NASA. Go Aero is catalyzing the creation of emergency response flyers that rescue people and perform critical response missions. Responding to challenges posed by natural disasters, medical emergencies, climate change, and other humanitarian crises. Since 2017, Gwen has also served as the CEO of GoFly, where she has led a network over 3,600 innovators from 103 countries, creating a multitude of personal flying devices, including jetpacks, flying motorcycles, and human carrying robots. Under Gwen's leadership, GoFly was recognized as part of the Fast Company's World Changing Ideas Award. Gwen has been a keynote speaker and featured speaker for NASA as well as Economist Innovation Summit, South by Southwest, Collision, and has been a featured speaker as well as entrepreneur. The New York Times and the Washington Post has also called out her expertise. Before launching GoFly, Gwen built and helped grow an instant messaging platform and a multi-brand accessories company now licensed to G3 Apparel Group. She graduated summa cum laude from Brown University and cum laude from Harvard Law. Her passion for flight and innovation stems from young age. As a child, she built a makeshift aircraft with her sister and jumped out of the trees to test them. Well, that's so inspiring story, Gwen. We are really excited to have you. One of the things I really like and admire about you is your amazing energy and passion. So, since the topic of this fireside chat is when to follow your path and when to go off roading, I'm going to go a little bit off roading first and then we'll go to the path. So, given that your passion and energy is so inspiring, where do you get your passion and energy?
Oh, gosh, PK, I don't think anybody's ever asked me that. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to you and to the entire NASA team for organizing. This is a Herculean effort, and well done to all of you. So thank you for this. Where do I get passion? You know what? I think that I've been very fortunate to have phenomenal friends and family who support me, and we all support each other. I think that passion is something that comes when you believe in ideas that are bigger than yourself. And so, if you can find whatever thrills you, whatever motivates you, whatever goals and accomplishments you want, not just for yourself, but for others and for the world, well, it's easier to get behind something when you believe in its underlying mission.
Yeah, that's a great story. I think that's a great answer for our audience to say something that you believe bigger than yourself, and that's where you draw your energy and passion. That's so really nice message here. So let's talk about your childhood a little bit, Gwen. And you started building an aircraft and you jumped from the trees. So tell us that experience and what motivated you to do that with your sister. Was your sister happy with the experiment, or was she?
Well, we're both alive and kicking, so that's pretty good. That's yeah, we didn't hurt ourselves too badly. Um, my sister and I loved innovation and loved Wonder Woman, and we would take aluminum foil and put it around our wrists and dress up as Wonder Woman and create, all these different flyers, thinking that it was the invisible plane that she had and everything else. And we'd hurl ourselves out of trees with whatever makeshift things that we made. And fortunately, we are still here to talk about it. But part of that passion, part of that mission stems from those early childhood experiences. And also part of that is never losing the mystery or the sense of adventure and fun and passion of childhood. And I think that we all have that deep inside ourselves. We never lose that. And yet sometimes it's masked under layers of adulthood and obligation and all of that. And so if we have the ability to tap into that, if we have the ability to find joy and meaning and passion and in causes bigger than ourselves, then that can sometimes lead to extraordinary experiences and extraordinary adventures and some good in the world along the way.
No, that's really terrific. I kind of describe you as entrepreneur who creates more entrepreneurs. Despite the challenges. So, your childhood love for aviation, then you went to Ivy League schools, then you did great at industrial settings where instant messaging and a whole bunch of other industries, and then you came back to aviation. Tell us a little bit of what drove you back to aviation. Clearly, you were doing so well. Anybody who's created instant messaging platforms have made $1 zillion so I'm sure you have been successful outside of aviation as well. So tell us what prompted you to come back to aviation.
Well, I guess you always come back to one of your first loves. There's no doubt about that. And around 10 years ago, a little bit more, I started reading about a convergence of different breakthrough technologies. And some of them things you see every day, right? The increased capacity for batteries and capacitors and, electric vehicles go further and faster than they ever did before. You combine that with 3D printing, 3D metal printing, other types of rapid prototyping, which really open up the world of innovation to those outside the confines of a large company. You combine that with the control systems and the sense and avoid technology that's all being developed over the past decade, and you realize that we are in a distinct moment in time where we have the ability to create new types of aviation vehicles that we could not do before, that never existed before. And so when I realized that, I thought, we should harness some of the best minds around the world and get a group of amazing partners together to see if we can take an exponential leap forward in aviation that is exciting and thrilling and also does some good. And so we started Go Fly with some phenomenal partners, including NASA, who's been one of our key supporters throughout our entire journey. And 3 weeks ago, we launched the Go Aero Prize, and we're privileged to have Bob Pierce, who you all just heard from, on stage with us to launch the prize together. So we adore our partners and are so grateful to them.
No, that's awesome. So I almost gonna say Gwen Arrow, but it really is Go Arrow, isn't it?
Oh,
So
PK, nothing amazing is done by a single person. Our team, it's not just our internal Go Arrow team, it is our sponsors as well, our supporters, our organizational partners all around the globe. It is a group effort. It is a Herculean group effort to create transformative technology and to support the teams and are doing that. And no one does it alone.
well, that's so awesome. That's so humbling to hear that from you. But clearly, you deserve a lot of credit. Certainly, you've taken a lot of risks. So you started. I'm going to ask you a little bit more pointed question on Go Aero, but there is a lot of uncertainty when you try to do something new. You don't know if someone is going to give you money. You don't know who's going to show up. You don't know if anybody's going to win the prize. You don't know how it's going to be received. So tell me, after all these uncertainties, how do you actually start a prize? What is GoAero and what are you after these days?
Well, a couple of questions in there. I think a healthy dose of optimism is necessary. You are right. You listed some of the many different unknowns and hurdles that we are still, frankly, vaulting over at this point. Right? We're not done. There's no guarantee of success. We try to be strategic about the hurdles in front of us and what is necessary. We try to assemble the best possible teams to collaborate with us. And we try to be strategic in terms of risk mitigation and opportunities, and execute again and again and again. And then, we fail every day along the way. We just try to not make the same mistake twice and to be strategic in our thinking in the long term. So to that end, it is a process with amazing partners to help us.
And the reality is the success is not just winning a prize or accomplishing a goal necessarily at that moment, just like the transformative concepts program, transformative aeronautics concepts program, TechP. It is about learning and it's about basically trying things that have not been tried before and then learning and building on those things. So I really admire what you do, and certainly price is not the reason why you do it, and money is not the reason why you do it. But really, as I said, you're creating new entrepreneurs and giving them the learning opportunities to try something new without any risk of failure is phenomenal. I think there are very few places where people have that kind of opportunity where you bring in everybody together, you get them excited, you give them a mission and say, go try it now. And that's the go part. And you're almost like a lightning rod, and your last name is fitting, lighter, so to that construct. So tell me a little bit more about Go Aero Prize. What should we expect? What should we look forward to? And where can we find more information about Go Aero?
Thank you for that opportunity. So Go Aero is a 3-year global competition with over $2 million in prizes to create emergency response flyers that rescue people in danger and respond to disaster wherever it is found. They are flyers that respond to challenges posed by natural disasters and climate change and medical emergencies and humanitarian crises. And we're hoping to catalyze the creation of the safe, portable, robust, autonomy-enabled emergency response flyers. So really, our goal here, our mission is to save lives. And if we end up saving one life, then boy, wasn't that worth it. So we are calling on engineers and innovators and students and entrepreneurs and businesses, small and medium and large, to join us in our endeavor to create these emergency response flyers. And to that end, We launched the competition, as I said, 3 weeks ago with Bob Pierce. Our website, which is goarrowprize.com, is available, and it has all of the technical rules and guidelines. I would say to everybody watching this, if you want to create transformative technology that saves lives, we would ask you to join us. Join us, form a team, learn from us. In addition to the $2 million in prizes, actually, it's over $2 million in prizes, we also have an educational platform where we have mentors working directly with teams. We have in-kind sponsors offering free and discounted software and services and products to teams. And so too, we have a digital classroom where experts in aerospace, frankly, including PK and Bob and others, will be giving lectures on their areas of expertise. And those are free to all of our innovators so that everybody learns, so that everybody gets better. And we've made the competition into 3 stages so that people can participate. So it is a competition where we start with the first phase, which is this year, which is paper, and we ask for your paper digital submissions. And then we immediately go into the stage 2, which is the prototype stage, where we ask teams to make full scale or subscale devices. And then we end everything in a final fly off at the end of the 3 years, where teams from all around the world, and let me be very clear, anyone can join. You have to be over 18, but besides that, you can be 76. You can be 26, you can be in a university, you can be in a company, wherever it is, you can be a citizen of all over. You can join us, and at the end, we have that final fly off. Last time we had our final fly off at NASA Ames, and PK, you were very involved in that. We do not have our fly off location just at this moment, but at the end, we have all of the teams coming where they fly through 5 different missions, and we have prizes for each of those missions. And we have the one team that does the best in all of those missions wins a top prize. We have an autonomy prize. So with everything in all of the different stages, we have over $2 million in prizes. And one important thing to note, you do not have to win a previous phase in order to continue on. Going back to what we were speaking about before, very often success in engineering and frankly in life is more about perseverance and overcoming obstacles and getting better and better with failure. So we say to everyone, keep coming along. Even if you don't win an earlier round prize, you can still continue on to the next round.
Great. That's so phenomenal that I think, as I said, winning is not just about the prize. I think it's about learning and it's figuring out how to solve complex problems in this particular case. And those lessons will stay with anybody that participates for lifelong. I think that's sort of the main message I'm learning from this or understanding as to why it really is so exciting. What would you tell people, when can they start to hear more information? How do they find out? Is there a website where they can go check it out tonight and start planning their paper? Or when should they expect any dates or what's coming up in terms of
So yeah, thank you so much. Great question. Everything, all the technical rules, all the documents needed, everything is located on our website, which is goarrowprize.com. And I'm sure that it is in the chat as well, but it's really simple. G-O, AERO, prize.com. And you can find out about everything we're doing, the technical rules, the calendar, the stages, how to form a team. If you are one person and you want to start a team, you can. If you want to start a team with 20, 30, 40 people, you can. And if you want to join another team, we also have the ability on our website to allow you to match with people who are interested in joining a team. So we have teams that are from one location, and we also have teams that are working together from multiple countries and states and cities all around the globe. So we allow for collaboration in all of its wonderful forms.
that's super. And I assume this is open for global participation. No,
Yes,
no.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
everyone
awesome.
around the world, right? Innovation can come from anyone,
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Awesome, awesome. And how about some expert classes, or if those who want to take some lessons or listen to some talks or some kind of guidance, overarching guidance? Do you promote that, or do you suggest they go get that, or do you have them bring that together?
So we make it very easy. So that website that I mentioned, goaeroprize.com, not only does it list the rules and all that, but we will have all of our expert lecturers on the platform. We'll use the platform for those webinars. Then we will record them so that if you can't join in person, then you have the opportunity to listen to it later on. I would also say that we actually have two webinars coming up for our technical rules. There is one actually tomorrow where you can listen to our technical team discuss the 5 different missions that I spoke about and all the technical rules that go into it, as well as the process of evolving from paper to prototype to actual full-scale flyer. We have one tomorrow, and then we also have another in March. We would encourage you to go to the website. You can register there. If you miss those, though, just like we were speaking about, they will be recorded and they will be put on the website so that you can listen to them. The benefit of joining at the moment is that you will have the ability to ask questions, but otherwise they will be available.
That's terrific. That's really terrific. What does success look like for you personally, and your organization?
So at the end of Go Arrow, we would love to have a multitude of different emergency response flyers. As you can imagine, around the globe, first responders need a number of different things. So there may be an emergency response flyer that works best in wildfire situations. There may be an emergency response flyer that works best in flooding situations. There may be an emergency response flyer that works best in urban environments, or frankly, for everyday medical emergencies when traffic stops and someone needs to get to the hospital on time, or there's a car accident and we can't get ambulances through. And so to that end, success for us at the end of the competition looks like on a wide array of different types of aerial solutions that actually save lives. An important thing to note also is that teams keep their own intellectual property. And so if teams want to commercialize these afterwards and save lives and make money off of their transformative technology, well, they have the world at their fingertips to be able to do so. And hopefully all our educational platform has helped them not only to build their technology, but to protect their intellectual property through lectures from attorneys explaining to them teams what they need to do, as well as to help launch them in terms of their corporate structure and fundraising or whatever else they need. Success for us means lives are saved.
That's phenomenal. That's just such a commitment and a worthy cause and a goal to see how we can save lives and help respond better and faster in emergencies. So that's just phenomenal. It's going to take some time, isn't it? It's going to. So patience, obviously, aviation speed is different than what happens typically on software upgrades and such. So what message would you give to folks who are trying to decide, should I go into AIML, should I go into something else, or work for a large company with lots of stock options and whatnot, work for NASA, or become entrepreneur? What kind of suggestions would you give? How should they construct these things, and as they are deciding their career paths or opportunities to build basically something meaningful in life?
Well, I would definitely start with what is meaningful to you. Now, clearly, we all have different circumstances in life, and of course, financial constraints, and we know where we want to be, and we have people we need to support, and all of that. That is well understood. I think. if you look at the teachings of Arthur Brooks on happiness and all of that, with tons of scientific and research data behind it, what it shows is that people need to have, in order to have long-term happiness and all of that, people need to have meaning in their lives, missions bigger than themselves, connection to others. So whatever pathway it is for you, whether it is a phenomenal career at NASA, whether it is believing in yourself and taking a chance and joining us at Go Aero, or creating your own startup, or whether it's working for a large company, I would always encourage people to, especially if you're starting out, to find mentors, to surround yourself with people who you think are just smarter than you all the time. You can learn from that, and just to be open and willing to work really hard. No one gets to success without putting in the time and energy, and it's day in and day out. But if you believe in the mission, and if you like the people that you're working with and you respect them and think that they're intelligent, it makes the long hours go by much more quickly.
Yes, for
But
sure.
nothing is perfect, clearly, right? Everybody has bumps along the way, so a little bit of resilience is necessary. But choose with the people and choose with the mission.
So let me ask you this: is Go Aero hiring? But you're not allowed to hire anybody from NASA. So besides that, is Go Aero hiring?
Well, PK, you're the first person I'd want to hire then if that was the case. Go Aero is always looking for collaborators. Go Aero is always looking for people to join us in our endeavor. Whether that is joining us on our team, whether it is forming a team to compete in the competition, whether it is, joining one of our organizational partners or NASA. There are so many wonderful ways to contribute to this world and to bring technology to the world that we all really need. And life is a wonderful adventure, so grasp it and enjoy it, and do some good work while you're here.
And last question: Go Aero's prize has and the competition certainly has attention of some big players, isn't it? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. We are very fortunate to be supported by top names in aerospace around the world, not only with NASA and with Boeing and with RTX and Pratt and Whitney and Iridium Satellite, but we also are surrounded and supported by 30 different aerospace and first responder organizations around the world, including AIAA and Vertical Flight Society and AUVSI and the Royal Aeronautical Society in Great Britain and 3AF in France and ABCM in Brazil and ICAS and CSAA in China. And so really, and I could keep going on and on and on, but I won't. But really what we tried to do is create a global competition where teams around the world can give their best to save lives, and where we can support them where they are around the world with expert mentors and the digital classroom, and prizes to help them in their endeavors. Because frankly, what's more important than, saving lives?
Gwen, that's so fantastic. Your story is so inspiring. Your mission is admirable, and your passion and energy just unparalleled. Wish you all the best, and wish you all the best for all the people who are going to participate in the prize, and looking forward to what comes out of it and what happens after Go Aero. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Fireside Chat, and let's continue to succeed.
Thank you, PK. It was so enjoyable talking to you, as it always is. And to everyone around the world, I would say join us, form a team, and together we'll do incredible things.
And now on to Go Aero video.
We see heroes every day. Heroes who look past danger to help people in need. Heroes who step in to be the difference between triumph and tragedy. And heroes who use their minds to create technology that saves lives. We need those heroes. We're launching a new prize competition for a singular mission, saving lives. More than $2 million in total prizes is on the line for the best thinkers, creators, and inventors to stretch and challenge their minds, to change the way we reach people in the face of disaster, unlocking a new era of rescue response. An era that unleashes the power of autonomy, speed, and precision. Alongside NASA and Pratt & Whitney, Go Aero is looking for the brightest, boldest, and bravest innovators to change the way we rescue and respond to disaster. This is your chance to make history and save lives. Join us. Ready, set, Go Aero.